We are back, people. Welcome to the show. I'm the only one here. Oh, that's what I'll do. I'm back. Share the stream. Thanks, you guys. Whoever's coming back, share it with your friends. If you know someone else who was in here, share the stream. I'm back. It's part 2. They kicked me off, and I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I don't like when they kick me off. I think I know why it happened today. I think it happened today because I played that song, and if you take a look here... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. A couple steps I forgot. First of all, so I can see what the hell's going on. Second of all, okay. So, if you see here, there's a little music icon. Because there's a music icon, official artist channel. That means this guy's music was copyrighted, and because I played his song, they cut me the fuck off. But we should watch Rudy.
Hello, this is Rudy Giuliani.
Okay, so we'll watch Rudy, but I want to welcome everyone to the room. Please come in, like the stream, share it with your friends. You lost live chat. That's what I'm being told now. All right, so Kristen, if you're in here, if anyone's in here, you know what? Let me take a look at it for myself. We'll all look at it together and see what the hell she means by that. They shut you down again, BG. I had to log in. But they shut you down again, BG. I had to log in. But they shut you down again, BG. I had to log in. Oh. But they shut you down. Okay. So, we're here. Rami, yours didn't come up. Unless that was from last time. But now you're here. And you're a mod, so you should be coming through. Try again, Rami. Say something. Get it to come on the screen. Looks like we didn't lose anything, so that's good. We're here. We're here.
With Rudy's Common Sense.
Rudy's Common Sense. Now, I watch these every time he puts one out because they're fucking amazing. And because he's telling you the truth about what's going to happen. And he's laying it out for you so everyone, so the American people can see this. Okay? Ray is watching on Twitch. He was. So I'm going to give him the YouTube link. But then I'm going to hope he goes back to Twitch. Should be live on Twitch again. Okay. Let's watch Rudy. Thank you, everyone. Let's see. Let's watch everyone for joining us. Who said let's see? I don't know. We'll find out in a second. I can't read when they're on there. Mr. Guarantee, Rami, it's happening, bro. For some reason, the YouTube people are coming in green right now. I'm a fan of it. Let's do it. I'm going to refresh the chat here. Oh, and that cleared everything. That's not what I wanted at all. I'm on Facebook. Danny Bird! Danny, what's going on, my friend? On Facebook. Thank you for joining us. We're about to check out Rudy. Danny's like, oh, I got a whole new respect for you, BG. Yes, because this is what I'm all about, my friend. This is what is fucking pumping through my fucking veins all the time. Red, white, and blue and saving this country. Danny Bird has liked the stream. Thank you. Be like Danny Bird. Like the stream. Share the stream. All my social medias are in the description. All other versions of the stream are in the description. Facebook is there. YouTube is there. Twitch TV is there. If one goes down, the other ones will be live. I did do a reset to get YouTube back up, though. I'm not going to be playing any more of that guy's videos. But let's take a moment here to get moody with the rude boy. All right, ready?
And as you know, today we're going to continue and we're going to move into the legal theory a little more deeply about the case, the single case that could be brought to the Supreme Court that consolidates the arguments made in the other 6 cases under a legal theory that is very, very strong and persuasive. And that is the Electors Clause of the United States Constitution. Article 2, Section 1 of the Constitution reads as follows, in pertinent part. Each state shall appoint in such manner as the legislature thereof may direct a number of electors equal to the whole number of senators, etc. So, the selection of electors is done in such manner as the legislature thereof may direct. So, the state legislature is, in the first instance, and really throughout, in charge of the election. Therefore, its rules that it follows for the selection of electors have to be followed. It doesn't say that you can delegate that to an election commissioner, or an election commissioner can make the decisions, or an election commissioner can vary the law. To do so would be a violation of the state constitution and the federal constitution, or state law and federal law.
I'm back on. I like it. Well,
so those rules start to become very important when you look at some of these states, particularly the rules that are broken to such an extent that so many ballots are defective.
Googly eyed, he's back.
As a result of the election, which is largely true in every single one of these states. In Pennsylvania, the rule was you must allow ballots to be examined, and you must allow you cannot allow ballots to be cured, to be changed after they're filed. They went ahead and allowed certain people to fix their absentee ballot before it was entered. And that would be a violation of the law. The numbers there are too small to overcome the 80,000 vote margin, but they still are indicative of a kind of Wild West attitude to not follow the rules. Where it really became very bad is the whole situation of inspection of ballots, where in some parts of the state it was done very scrupulously, in other parts of the state it was wholesale refusal to do it, including putting Republicans in pens, treating them like second-class citizens, even forms of assault, so that Republicans in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh got to see no ballots. 268,770 of them just cast, and they could be anybody, anything, no security check of any kind, in violation of the Constitution. So that would be like one count or 2 counts in an overall complaint charging that the Democrat National Committee, the Democrat Party, and the Democrat electors carried on an election in violation of Article 2, Section 1. There could be other counts in there like equal protection, Republicans treated differently than Democrats, due process, an unfair process was used. But the major, closest legal hook would be the Electors Clause of the Constitution. And this is true in each one of these cases, whether it's Pennsylvania, where they didn't follow the rules with regard to signature verification en masse, Michigan, where they did the same thing, didn't follow it en masse, but also in the middle of the night entered 100,000 phony ballots to stuff the ballot box. In Wisconsin, they failed to keep the applications for the absentee ballots, which is a manner directed by the legislature for the carrying out of this election. And that is ignored completely. And that's to the tune of, they think, about 100,000 votes. It's only a 10,000 vote margin there. In Nevada, the situation was different but similar, particularly for purposes of the legal theory. Remember, the legal theory is that the state has to follow the rules of the Election Commission. The Election Commission requires in-person inspection of every single
Well,
one
what the
of
fuck
ballots.
happened here, people?
Instead, a number of ballots were run through a machine to compare the signatures, not humans. There is no authority in the Constitution of Nevada to allow that. Also, the machine was set at a very low calibration, so it virtually
Drop a
would
comment. I
spit out
fixed
anything
something. I
that's compared.
changed it.
So there you have a whole series of facts which fit under that theory and that make it similar to Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, although a different kind of cheating. It's time to take a break. I couldn't believe we were evicted from our home that we didn't even sell. Those are the words of a homeowner, Deborah, when she learned she was the victim of home title fraud. It's a devastating crime that can cost you your home, and title fraud is not covered by insurance or common identity theft services. The only folks to trust that I know of to protect your home's title is Home Title Lock. Cyber thieves have discovered the titles to our homes are kept online. They forge your name on your deed stating you sold your home, and they refile as the new owner. In Deborah's case, she didn't even know she was a victim until the
Rudy said,
eviction
what happened to
notice
Trump
arrived
winning? Rudy, he
in her
did
mail.
win.
Home Title Lock protects you and your home.
He did win,
by creating
Rudy.
A virtual barrier.
Trump is going to
around
be
your
the next
home's
president.
title. The instant they detect tampering, they mobilize to shut it down. Go online to HometitleLock.com and register your address to see if you're already a victim and don't know it. Then use code RUDY, that's me, and sign up for 30 free days of protection. That's code RUDY at HometitleLock.com. Let's move forward with the analysis. Georgia is one that's pretty clean on the legal theory. The legal theory is legislators running a rogue election outside of the requirements that are laid down by Section 2, Article 2, Section 2, Article 2,
My shit
Section
didn't work.
1, rather. And those rules say very, very strictly that in the case of absentee voting, which they consider very, very dangerous, but no signatures are going to have to be verified according to a consent decree they entered into. Well, that, of course, negates the whole purpose of having any kind of an inspection at all. And in Arizona, similarly, the Arizona legislature requires that ballots be inspected, as you surely would have to do, and the legislative officials did away with that. Did away with that also with regard to 36,000 illegals who were allowed to vote. That would be one case before
I heard
the Supreme
Biden got the
Court
White House security
on the electors
protocols
clause of
today.
the Constitution,
Biden didn't get
because
shit.
We'll always have alternative pleadings for equal protection and due process, but this is an electors case that
Biden's going to jail,
the
bro.
Supreme Court and clarified this practice for the future. The overview of this is, when you look at the similarity of the fraud in the 8 districts in which we've brought it, the similar pattern, the similar hiding, the similar putting Republicans in corrals and all, you see this as part of an overall plan or scheme. This wasn't developed all on their own spontaneously by 8 or 9 leaders of the Democrat Party. That's the best way to count ballots.
Trump's going to put people in jail and he's not leaving the White House.
And then tallying them overseas is not the right way. So these are the facts that we're proposing to prove. We're going to hope to get into one lawsuit, and we believe that they can be proved rather quickly because they're very, very close to self-evident in many cases. You see the spike in the vote. You see the change in position of the two candidates.
I heard Trump's got 18 legal suits waiting on him as soon as January 20th hits.
That's the important part of this.
No, Trump's winning the presidency.
So we elect the right
Everything you heard is legitimately propaganda. None of it is real.
That the right president of the United States is Donald Trump, based on honest
You also heard Joe Biden won the election.
But whether we see that or we see a President Biden or whatever happens, these rules have to be fixed. This is 18th century stuff we're talking about. We're not contemplating a two-party system. We're not contemplating many of the things that we do now. There was no foreign policy.
Okay.
Different people should be running for these offices possibly than the people in the past. People with expertise in these areas should be allowed into the Army and the Air Force. It's the only way in which you're going to assure that this is done right. And really, given the corruption that's set in the Democrat Party, it's time for a special prosecutor and a special investigation of mail fraud in elections, because it is a nightmare of every candidate that they win the election, but it gets taken away from them online because somebody else is more unscrupulous or better at using the internet or better at spotting things than they are. The person elected to office should be the
6
person
million
who's
more votes
best
say
for the
Biden did.
office,
Not legal
best on
votes,
knowing how to
buddy.
cheat. And there's been too much. The situation in Boston and New York and Chicago and Detroit and all these cities that have seen themselves in the crosshair of this allegation. So I'd ask you to pay really close attention to all of these episodes. They really tie together a picture. And when the evidence is out, I'll be able to concentrate on that evidence even more and show you how it all ties together so that if you were on that jury, you would convict. And now we'll take a short break. If you want a good cigar, go to a good cigar shop.
Mr.
If you want the
Fernandez,
best, go to Famous Smoke Shop.
I want to say this to you,
Let
Mr.
Famous Smoke
Fernandez.
deliver your favorite cigars
This is doing
right to
the
your
flash
doorstep
on me, so we're going to
at America's
Where we at?
lowest price.
11 minutes.
Famous opened it. Hello, this is Rudy Giuliani with Rudy's Common Sense. And as you know, today we're going to continue and we're going to move into the cigar business in
Rudy,
the country.
I tell you
That's
this, my
80
friend.
years experience
I
in the
feel
cigar
for
business.
you, but everyone on TV right now is lying to you. Everyone on TV is not telling you the truth, and what you're reading online is called propaganda. A guy named Edward Bernays wrote a book on it. Okay? They are lying to you. It is not real. Okay? Joe Biden did not win the election. He's not going to be president. Remember, I said this to you. And just so you know, when it happens, the answer is not, well, yeah, but it's Brian told me that this is exactly what was going to happen. Who's this? Michael Johnson has liked the stream. Thank you very much. Joe Biden did not win the election under any metric. Okay? There is fraudulent votes that are being counted right now. We are in the process of removing those fraudulent votes. And under precedent set by the Supreme Court, fraud vitiates everything. That means negates, gets rid of, gone, done. And considering there was multiple counts of election fraud, constitutional laws that were broken all over the country, okay? Not in every state, in every city, but in at least 5 cities controlled by Democrats, Democrat mayor, Democrat governor, Democrat leadership, Democrat courts. That's where these laws were broken. Okay? And it's going to go to the Supreme Court and get overturned because fraud negates everything. That's how it works in this country. And then all your boys are going to jail. Did you read Obama's last book? No, I wouldn't. With Biden transition team. Okay, here we go. So what's this going to be, Rudy? Let's see. This is great. I feel like this is why people come. I'm listening. You got that right, my man. Michael Johnson knows. I don't watch TV. Well, you're getting this from somewhere. Mary says, I got to fix this font again. It's too big. The only reason Trump transition team is cooperating with Biden transition team is because the Trump team's lives were being threatened and he wants to protect them. And guess what? It's not even Trump's decision. The GSA is an independent organization that doesn't answer to anyone, and they were threatening the woman who's responsible for making the decision. And she didn't do it because Biden didn't win the election. He just didn't. It's not a thing. Only the media has declared this election over. If we had an honest media, everyone would sound like me. But we don't, and that's why I'm here. Did you read Obama's last book? No, and I'd never waste my time. The only reason Trump... Okay, did you read Obama's last book? This sounds like every professional game, blame it on the ref. No, it's not blame it on the ref, Rudy. It's follow the Constitution. And unfortunately, you're going to see that. Because what's going to happen is it's going to be overturned. Trump's going to become the president. Biden's going to get arrested. He's going to go on a tribunal. He's going to be charged with being basically paid by Russia and not Russia, China, an asset for China. and possibly the Ukraine. We're also going to find out that China was manipulating this election by sending over fraudulent ballots and interpreting the data coming from the voting machines that was being sent out of our country before it was counted. This is all coming out. I've seen the evidence. We've talked about the evidence on this show. Had you been a longtime viewer who viewed every week, you would be aware of this, but I'm simply explaining it to you for argument's sake because these comments are coming up really big. How didn't he win because of a few votes? Election improprieties. When you do things that are fraudulent and illegal, fraud vitiates everything. The illegal votes are in the millions, okay? And some just counties, hundreds of thousands, okay? Hundreds of thousands. Follow the when, what does Trump follow? The law of the land? Yes, he does. He had a Chinese bank account against the law of the land. No, it's not. When you do business in China, you have a Chinese bank account to take your Chinese money. Makes sense, Rudy. It's a lot different than having secret deals for billions of dollars with the Chinese government. That's entirely different. When the Chinese government is paying your son and giving you millions and in some cases billions of dollars from foreign governments, that's illegal. That's not okay. That's not what's happening to Trump. Because if it was, he would be impeached right now. He would be removed from office. Remember the Russia hoax that everybody believed? It wasn't real. Remember the impeachment when you thought he wasn't going to be president? He's still your president. And he's going to be your president. That's not going to change, unfortunately. I'm going to let Rudy get back to it while I fix this chat situation because I get these words way too fucking big.
And they're putting that experience to work for you.
I'm trying to make it so I can read
on the
it,
cigars you love. From affordable, everyday smokes to high-end luxury cigars for your next special occasion. Go to famous-smoke.com/Rudy and click the activate button to apply the promo code. Pick from more than 1,000 cigar brands.
It's a little bit better.
Fresh and ready to ship from
Famous
Famous
the Chinese
Smoke's
bank up before he was elected. He closed it for
24,000 square foot humidor.
You know why? Because everything that they say about him is propaganda.
20.
You move your hands
Rudy,
like Trump when you said fraud. I'm dead. Maybe you watching too much TV.
$20 off your
Rudy,
order.
I don't watch TV. I'm here on the internet with you. I read on the internet. I look at the evidence. I don't believe what people tell me.
Get real cigars from a real cigar shop. Shipped direct to you from
That's the difference, Rudy. I don't believe what people tell me. I see it for myself.
famous-smoke.com.
And unfortunately, in this situation, I see the end for Joe Biden, and it's being tried for treason and being found guilty. And it's 4 more years of Trump for you.
These allegations are certainly very, very serious. The affidavits takes them one step beyond allegations to, I wouldn't say proven facts, but facts that are sworn to under oath, which is a lot better than just about anything they ever had when they investigated President Trump. The failure to investigate this is shocking. But there will be no failure to pursue it as a civil lawsuit. These charges have to be brought out. These charges have to be determined. These charges have to be punished where guilty so that nobody does this again to the United States of America.
Civil
this is selling
suit.
out our country in a strange way, and we don't want that to happen. We have a system of laws in this country that's the envy of the world. We shouldn't soil it with cheap little situations like this. I'm sure we won't. I count on you, the American people, the wisest people in the world, people with the most common sense, people with the most industry, people with the most bravery and courage. I thank you very much for listening, and we'll be back in a few days.
Moody Rudy, he didn't have too much to say at the end. Mr. Giuliani. Conservative twins 3 minutes ago. I have no idea what they're talking about, but that looks like an old school video. But yeah, War Room is still live? No. It's the next one. But yeah, man, this is where we are, bro. This is where we are, people. Rudy, I love you, man. Just busting your balls. Doesn't matter who stands on TV and says he is our master. Nothing changes. Congress owns all and controls all. Unfortunately, Rudy, your state actually controls more than the federal government should, and that shit's going to be corrected. Because right now we have a bunch of governors who are acting out of line, controlling too much. because they realize how much power they actually have over the people, and they're acting in a way that's unconstitutional. But no, I know that, Rudy. Listen, I love you, bro. That's why I'm telling you these things. So when this shit happens, I want you to understand I am going to be the first one that says, it's okay. I told you this was going to happen. I don't hold it against you. Just understand, I don't speak out of my ass when I say these things. I'm telling you people the truth, and that's the fact of the matter. And that's why I'm out here doing this. I'm out here screaming it from the rooftops because it's the truth. Let's just get into watching some videos today. Let's do something different.
Give me in a shot. What are you doing? Look at all that bird action. That's the style nowadays. You just walk around with the bird, with the damn comb in your beard. Man, you crazy as hell. That's like in the 80s. Look at all that bird action I got going. Look at the bird. Look at it. Look at it.
I'll be doing the same as well. I like it. I hope to see you back, Rudy, on January 21st.
Happy belated Thanksgiving, everybody.
Really do.
Oh, man, happy Tyranny Day.
Yeah, it didn't turn out to be tyranny.
I was hoping it was, man.
Didn't know cops were breaking
I was
nobody's
hoping
house.
a whole bunch of white Karens would come out of woodworks and start calling cops on a bunch of liberal black people. I said, yep,
That's what you get. You deserve every bit of it, because that's what you voted for.
damn liberals.
So good. Yeah, we ain't never went live on here before, man.
First time for everything, man.
Man, you look like some hillbillies with nice sweet tans, don't we? It's got good color.
Got them Osama tans.
No, we look like Osama? No, I don't look like that.
Man, shut up. You about as dumb as Osama. Why he got caught? He's an idiot. Eventually, if you're hiding in a cave, eventually they're gonna find you. All you gotta do is start looking at all the caves.
Sounds like fun.
I mean,
I'm trying to sit here and see what we can learn. Could flip election, Tim Pool. See, now I'm not a huge Tim Pool guy, but let's see what he has to say.
More electoral anomalies are popping up, this time from the Washington Examiner. Historically strange spike in incomplete Nevada voter files. Casinos as, quote, home. Interesting. They say an analysis of Nevada votes has uncovered an unprecedented jump in problem voter registrations, likely providing the Trump campaign with another avenue to challenge Joe Biden's victory in the critical state. In an affidavit filed in another Republican election challenged, a data scientist found a huge surge of incomplete voter registrations and those giving casinos and temporary RV parks as their home or mailing addresses. In the 3rd Congressional District that covers the southern third of the state and much of Clark County. The expert, Dorothy Morgan, said that in her initial study of the records of those who voted, there was a historically strange jump in voter registrations, missing the sex and age of the voter, making confirmation by poll workers impossible. Now take a look at this. The first thing I want to say, when they mention RVs, casinos, or otherwise.
Yes, I love the twins.
It's possible that some people
it's a date.
were forced
See you
to
then.
flee
Good looking.
due to
Wear
COVID,
something
and
nice.
they
You know I
moved to
will,
weird
Rudy.
places. Some
they got
people
some
got
great
RVs
Christmas
and then
t-shirts for
moved
sale. Hot
because
twins,
they
I
didn't
know.
want to be locked down in a
Watch
big
some
city.
NFAC. Yeah,
But
I'm
I
all
believe
set with
the
the
actual
not fucking
data
around
would
coalition. They can shoot
debunk,
themselves
for the
somewhere
most part,
else.
that idea. This is because the actual data has incomplete registrations. It's not just the faulty addresses or the strange addresses. They say number of 2020 voters in Nevada, CD3, whose voter registration lists invalid birth dates, birthday equals 0 and birth month equals 0, and unknown sex by year of registration. We can see that in 2018, the midterms, 156. Seems like nothing. Look at that. In 2012, 0. In 2016, 68. In 2020, 13,372 incomplete registrations or improperly filled out registrations. They say 74% took place between July and September. Morgan found that in the last presidential election, there were 68 voter registrations missing the critical data. In 2020, it was 13,372. What's more, 74% of the incomplete registrations took place between July and September this year. In her 2-page affidavit provided to Secrets, Morgan wrote, this investigation found over 13,000 voters whose voter registration information revealed no sex or date of birth. Not only does this mean we cannot verify whether these voters are old enough to vote, it's also historically strange. While one does not expect voter registration information to be perfect, It is very strange that there were very, very few of those kinds of imperfect records with missing or invalid information until this year, when there are 13,372 of them. Several addresses were odd too, she wrote. I have also identified dozens of voters who listed as their home or mailing addresses a temporary RV park and casino, she wrote. In a Thanksgiving Day interview from her Texas home, Morgan said, "It's weird. So what I found was that there are just a lot of people who have 0 birthday, 0 birth month, and then unknown sex." Then she said, after checking past history of the 2020, I saw is that you have a handful of people, and then all of a sudden you have 13,000 people making that error in 2020, and that's just not right. Her affidavit was filed on behalf of Dan Rodemer, who lost his election to Rep.
Dan
Susie Lee in
Rodemer
Nevada's
from
3rd
Tough
Congressional
Enough.
District. He lost by 13,000 votes. A judge this week dismissed Rodemer's case, deciding that the court didn't have the jurisdiction to handle it. The Trump campaign has found multiple examples of problem ballots and voting and has been granted a December 3rd hearing to present some evidence and 15 depositions. Now, things are going to get interesting.
Yes.
You may be following the other news from my main channel in the previous segment about Donald Trump and Pennsylvania. The Republicans in Pennsylvania they're going to file a joint resolution to take back the power to appoint electors. If Trump can get Pennsylvania jammed, meaning no one gets the electoral votes, 2 more states have to fall. If Nevada falls, then Trump just needs to get 1. I'm not sure Nevada's enough. What is Nevada? 6 electoral votes? It might not be enough. Actually, no. If he gets Nevada, Biden falls to 300. If Trump then knocks out PA, Biden falls to 280. And then if Trump flips Arizona, Biden falls to 269, just shy of 270. And then contingent election, Donald Trump wins. That would be the most insane and dramatic victory Trump could pull off, keeping Biden 1 electoral vote away. Because I believe Arizona is 11, Nevada is 6, and Pennsylvania is 20. Maybe I'm wrong. If that's what happened, go buy yourselves a lottery ticket. Astronomical odds. But could you imagine what the Democrats and left would do if that's how things go down? Woo, spicy. Let me tell you something. You want to count out Donald Trump? Baby, we're talking Vegas here. This is Nevada. Nevada knows what's up. Donald Trump's betting odds, 9.7%.
Yes.
Why?
I put money on Trump in Nevada.
I don't know. Because the electoral betting odds have not completed yet. You see, all these people are like, let me tell you. The media goes, Joe Biden is president-elect. And the betting odds and predicted are like, we haven't had the Electoral College vote yet. So we ain't paying anybody out yet. So you can still bet that Donald Trump will win the Electoral College. I don't think that's a good bet, to be honest, even though it's a value bet, because you'll get a huge return. I see why people would make it. There's a little bit more. She says, in a Thanksgiving Day interview, she said it's so weird that there are 0 birth months. Then she said, after checking past history, you have a handful of people, then all of a sudden you have 13,000 people making that error in 2020, and that's just not right. Her affidavit was filed on behalf of Rodemer, who they dismissed his case. In her affidavit, which has been forwarded to Trump's team, Morgan said that her findings were just scratching the surface. Based on the results I have found in the limited time I have to analyze this data set, I expect to find additional oddities in the election data as I conduct further analysis, she wrote. What if Donald Trump somehow reverses course on the narrative, and they've been beating us over the head saying it's over, Trump lost, and then Trump somehow wins? Look at Las Vegas, okay? Look at Nevada. The betting odds have Trump at 9.7% to win. To be the next president. That's really good odds. 1 in 10? What makes them think 1 in 10? I've been saying over. You know what I'm going to do from now on? I'm going to say the percentage that I think Trump has to win, 9.7. And if people ask why that number, I'll say that's the betting odds. Because I'm not an expert. I've been saying I think Trump's got a path to victory, but it's astronomical. It's going to be Joe Biden winning. But in Vegas, that's not what they're saying.
That's right. Disagree with old Timmy.
I defer to the betting experts. Nate Silver was wrong. All these other outlets were wrong. All these other pollsters were wrong. Historical
Tim's not
failure
acknowledging
across
reality. Tim is still
I'm just gonna tell you
living
this.
in propaganda
Betting
world,
odds.
which is why watching his
We're
videos
talking about
has
Nevada
become
flipping,
tough.
and we're talking about what the betting odds. They say it's updated every 20 minutes. It was actually at 9.3 earlier today. And so I guess we can only sit back and see how it plays out with Trump's strategy. But here's the point I was making previously in other segments is that Trump's trying to run out the clock at the last minute. Think about it this way. Let's say that you're watching a basketball game. You got 10 seconds on the clock. It's down to the wire. It's like, I don't know what a good point spread is. Let's say you're looking at like 120 to 119 points or whatever.
We just
Is it?
watch the odds
I don't know.
change.
I don't watch basketball. And let's say this. Trump's team needs 2 points, puts them 1 point ahead with 10 seconds left on the clock. So what do? They hold it for 7 seconds and then shoot. You know why? If they shoot right away and get it in, then they're giving 9 seconds to the other team.
He's at 10%
Maybe
now.
I'm not familiar with the rules of basketball, but you get the point, okay? I don't watch
He's at
basketball.
89.7. Something doesn't add up.
They want to run the clock down as long as possible before making the major move to prevent the Democrats from having a chance to respond to whatever it is their actual electoral strike
this.
will be.
I'm going to say
If Trump comes out right now, a month before the electoral vote, and says, here's my plan, aha, and the courts go, Trump is right, we agree, the Democrats say, we have 3 weeks to figure this out. No, it's better right now that Trump is holding the ace up his sleeve, waiting until the very last minute to drop the card and say, you got 10 seconds, make your move fast. And they're going to run out of time, and the courts are going to say, nope. Trump's been litigating this for weeks. The Democrats had every opportunity and mocked him and belittled him and walked away. And maybe then Trump wins. You know what's going to happen, though? These leftists are going to pull all of this stuff out of context.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. They're going to pull it out of context. Somehow he became the bad person. He's stealing the election. None of that is real. None of that is real. Every illegal... If there's one illegal vote in this election, I want to let you know, that vote directly implicated my vote. So the first illegal vote means that my vote didn't count, and I'm not about that. I'm not about that. So I want these fucking votes to count. Oh, not that. I want to try something else. Hold on, you guys. Damn it. I keep fucking deleting these. I'm trying my hardest to make this chat even better for everybody. And I need something where it refreshes. Shut down source when not visible. Refresh browser when scene becomes active. Refresh cache of current page. There we go. Maybe that was what my secret needed to be. No? Well, if you say something now, it's going to be a fresh chat. I'm fixing all this because, again, I don't know if you heard, I'm on Twitch now on this very show, not playing video games, not sitting there trying to play Borderlands 3, being extremely distracted by politics. I'm on Twitch. I'm here on YouTube. I'm here on Twitch, and I'm here on Facebook. Wherever you're watching me, that's where we're live. Check the description of the video. All of my social media is on there. All my socials, all my live streams, every single one of them is on the description each and every time I make a video now. The website where I'm always going to be live, FromTheBottomOfTheRabbitHole.com, as well as a PayPal link if you want to support me for some reason. You could do that at the FromTheBottomOfTheRabbitHole.com or directly at the link shown below. Now, let's go back to something entertaining. I almost want to put on some satanic pedophile shit because I'm pretty pissed off that they shut my video down, and that makes me angry. Trump appeal rejected. When did this happen? 2 hours ago? Pennsylvania court. Yeah, well, we knew Pennsylvania court was going to reject their shit. But let's take a quick look. NTD is good. They tell the truth. NTD is the video.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us.
News for the Epic Times.
I'm Paul Graney. A federal court in Pennsylvania has rejected the Trump campaign's appeal. It says they didn't give evidence of fraud, but Trump's lawyers say it could actually be a good thing for them.
Of course.
It's one of the biggest shopping days of the year. We take to the streets of New
We already
York
knew
to
this. We don't need to
ask
rewatch
shoppers
this.
how they might
We
be
just heard
shopping
Rudy talk
differently
about that. I mean, all this is going to do is make us want to hear what Rudy had to say. And Rudy already said that's the plan. We're just trying to get to the Supreme Court. They're making it as difficult as possible. PA State JOP makes serious move towards giving Trump electoral votes. That's what they're doing. Supreme Court's going to rule them invalid. We have all the court cases. All the cases haven't even been filed yet. Understand that. There are still more cases that are going to be filed. Do you realize this? This is where reality brings us, people. I might even wrap this up, you guys. Not that I don't love being on, but you know what? It's 7:42. I would love some dinner. Maybe I'll come back on later. Maybe I'll play fucking video games since I'm on Twitch, and we can do that on Twitch. And I can stream it on YouTube and Facebook as well, and you guys can all join in and watch along, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. But just know this. If you could throw a chat in the box before I get off, that would be great, if anybody wants to. First of all. Second of all, Trump did not lose this election, as we all know, okay? I don't even see a mathematical... I know everybody's like, oh, this and that, and all these things. Listen. The pieces are already in place. Just like Tim Pool said, I don't like everything that he has to say, and I feel like that's why the Republicans are playing this time game, because what's going to happen is it's going to go to the Supreme Court, it's going to get made, and then the Democrats aren't going to have any time to come up with a plan B. And that's where we're at. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be wild, but it's going to end up with Trump as the president. It's that simple. We're not giving up the republic yet, people. There are too many fucking patriots. Too many fucking patriots. Too many people who love this country to just give up the fucking republic after it took this long. After it took this fucking long to get it. And if we lose it on a rigged election, here's what it comes down to. If people don't have to follow the law, if we can run this up to the Supreme Court and they throw away this case and say there is no punishment, there is no reconciliation for cheating in an election, what is to stop anyone from cheating an election again? Ever. What is to stop anyone? Nothing. Something has to be done. You cannot allow fraud in an election. And once this is done, voter ID, clean the voter rolls, voter ID, vote on the blockchain. One person, one vote. That's it. Vote on the fucking blockchain. Clear the voter rolls, voter ID, one person, one vote. Vote on the blockchain. You will never have a fraudulent election again. I can't see it. And it'll be easily detectable if someone does do something fraudulent. Very easily detectable. Because every ballot can be traced to a person, to a place. We will have a record because of the blockchain. But with that being said, you guys, I just want to say before I get off to all these globalists and all the Chi-Coms who are trying to take us off the air, just so you know, this might be my very last show. I never wanted to say this, but, you know, they're making it harder and harder for me to go ahead and do this. So that was the Alex Jones. My voice is hurting a little bit. No corona, thankfully, because honestly, you saw Trump's odds at 9.6. Think about this. Trump has better odds of winning than you do of dying of the coronavirus by 10 times. More than 10 times. Trump's at 10%. The coronavirus is at 0.1% or less to kill you. So you have a better chance of surviving, but obviously I'm telling you have a 100% chance of Trump being the president because of the moves that they're making, the evidence that they have. They're caught dead to rights. They're caught. We don't even know all the evidence yet. All the evidence that I know is the crowdsourced evidence. The videos, the election fraud, the election impropriety, the unconstitutional behavior of the election officials that led to a fraudulent result. We are overturning fraudulent votes. We are not overturning an election. We are overturning fraudulent votes. When if every legal vote is counted and every illegal vote is discounted, there's no question that Trump wins a landslide. We all know that. It's a no-brainer. We were all there on November 3rd. Ralph Bruno was in this chat saying Trump won. However, the governor of Pennsylvania said before Election Day, when all the votes are counted, Biden will be the winner. Trump will not win. Let's not even count the guy from Smartmatic, Dominion, who said, there's no way Trump's going to win. I fucking took care of that. We're at war, people. We're at war. This is it. This is the real deal. This is the shit that you read about in your history books if you're not a child. Because then all they teach those people is that the entire history of the United States is based on when slavery was created and racism. And spreading racism and filling these kids with racism. But if you know the real history of the United States and you ever hear about standing up for your country, defending it, how to protect your country from a foreign invasion, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like, people. It looks like me sitting here on this broadcast talking to you. I'm the guy from They Live. If you've ever seen They Live, that's me. I'm the doctor with the beard. Coming and breaking through your broadcast. And the guy goes, God damn TV, that's the third time this week. Smacking the side of the TV, that's me. But with that being said, everybody, I thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in today. And maybe I'll stream again later on tonight. Maybe we'll have something fun for tomorrow. Tyson and Jones tomorrow night. That should be fun as hell. And I love it, man. I love this country. I'm proud to be an American. And I can't wait for the liberals' heads to explode. It's going to be fun. It's not going to be fun. It actually could be really dangerous. But it's going to be amazing because we're going to win. That's the best part. The tree of liberty needs the blood of tyrants, needs to be watered with the blood of tyrants and the blood of patriots every so often. That's a quote from, I want to say, Thomas Jefferson. I might be completely wrong on that. And I probably said the quote incorrectly, but the point is there, and you'll know who it is. The tree of liberty, blood of patriots. That's all you got to look up. You'll find the quote. But with that being said, you guys, I'm out. Have a good night. Good stream. Hope you joined me on Twitch today. If you did, I appreciate it. And I appreciate everyone.